Hello, my scallywags. This is King Link, and I am doing a last look and review of Blackwake. So, if you saw my first look, I've said I wasn't a big multiplayer fan. I gotta say, this game's kind of turned me around a little bit. Um, I enjoy myself with this game. I actually recorded a last look earlier. It wasn't the best, but I found myself playing for like another 2 hours of the game. So, it's a good game. It definitely has a lot of potential here. This is still an early access game, and I still honestly I don't know how I want to review these games. I haven't made a rule, and I probably will tend not to in the future. But like I said, this is a humble bundle game. It's in the monthly bundle. I try to review all of those for people. So if you're interested, keep watching. I do have this set up to be 720p. That's the only thing I've really done here. I've actually turned almost every other option up to max again, and it looks pretty freaking good. Like if you remember last time, or first look, the texture resolution was low or medium. Everything was low, and I figured out you don't really need that. You just need to lower the frame rate, and it seems pretty solid to me. Um, but I also found out a few ways to record this. The challenge of this game is it is a multiplayer only game, um, and to be honest, oh, I've had some real interesting times recording. A few obscenities were used. Words that should not be said were used, and I'm not a fan of some stuff. One guy's ship name was "Suck My Dick." We have the maturity level of a teenager here, but at the same time, I have to say the game does not welcome that so much. You actually have this brilliant game that really looks towards teamwork and cooperation more than anything else. So, with that, all that being said, let's actually start looking at the game. Um, Let's start with the player. No, the outfits. So I've unlocked a few. I'm level 20. You can see I have a lot to unlock. There is what prestige, reincarnation, remort from back in the mud days, MUDs. But basically, you do level up here. You level up pretty quick. I think I've never been in a match where I haven't had at least one level given, so that is a good sign. Now, I am going to talk about the game outside of the main game. The reason for that is I want to be able to actually show off some features of the game, and as such, I'd like to not be involved in the actual game. And then, if we have time, it's we'll try to jump into a quick game. Okay, there might be an update. Shoot. I don't think it was. 3.195, 3.195. I don't know which one I chose. So we will try again. This doesn't work. Well, we'll restart. Whatever. Danish. German. So right now we are in a world where we do not have to. Uh, we're not playing with anyone else. So it's more than five. Good news here will be we can just play around and I can show you a few things. I should be. Yep, I'm captain. And I'm going to just choose health beverages. We'll go through everything here. So the idea of it is you get the choice of weaponry. This is used for ship grappled combat when your ships are attached to someone else or in siege mode. Both of those are good, except I'm not a big fan of them. I like the idea of two ships being connected and then you try to take down the other ship. The downside is you don't get the ability to enjoy it as much. I find that I died really quickly in it, and I think I don't even know what I do wrong. Melee, they do admit is broken. I don't know what they see as broken. I just know it's very hard to hit people. Um, Gunplay works, but it's challenging. It's gonna take some skill, and specials. There's the grenade and tomahawk. I don't understand why you would have these two, because health beverage heals you, and I find that I'm often injured in the game just because I'm taking some damage, and you can't heal without it. You can offer it to a friend, but I don't know how that works. And then we have the spyglass. So I'm going to take you... Oh, okay. So, and spyglass we'll see later. That's my favorite. So I'm going to do about 5 minutes here, like they said, and then we'll quickly look at the larger ships, and we will move on to actual gameplay. So there's all these different types of ships. Each one has different rules or different layouts. You need to practice with each to know, but some of these are really cool. Which one has the guns? Yeah, this one's cool. The junk is actually my favorite to look at. Ship name is auto-saved. I just used Booty Bait 2 from World of Warcraft. I'm going to say something people are going to hate. I like the Alliance, whatever. So, with that, also all the color settings are the same. When your ship is being built, you can actually run out with your crew and jump out onto it and start prepping it. We got 5 minutes. I'm going to just quickly start prepping it and talk about what I'm doing. We will talk about more probably on the next round that it has. With that being said, you have the ability to get over here quickly. You'll need to load cannons if you're on the crew, and how to do that is basically grabbing a gunpowder, a shot, and then putting it in. There is multiple different types of shots you can do. If you want grape shot, that's great for anti-personal. You can throw that in there. It works all the same. It's just what's going to actually be in the cannon when you actually go and fire it. These supply crates you'll notice numbers on. They're actually how many uses you can use. Over here we have chain shot. That's for sales. Uses of it. Once the uses run out, you just have to resupply it by going over and getting a crate. They should be somewhere here. I believe they are right here. This is not meant to be a tutorial, but it is talking about it. So supply crates, you could grab a crate and resupply a location. There is also bar shot. There is a way to get heated shots sometimes. There you go, right there. Take a cannonball and throw it in. Each of these does a little bit something different. The heated shot will actually make a fire on the other opponent's ship, and that's actually a really useful tool. So from there, the crew is going to be constantly loading, firing, and repairing the ship. The captain, on the other hand, will pretty much only be up here on the platform, and he's going to be steering. The idea here is he should be maneuvering the ships. The team should be aiming cannons, repairing the ships, and working on trying to get the hits. And it actually works really well. When a captain is working with his team, it's like nothing else. On the other hand, when the team is not listening, or the captain's not giving orders, especially when the captain doesn't have a mic, it's a shame. If you're actually looking out, it's really rocky out there, but man, the water, I'm going to say the water looks great every time I play this game, because it just, something about the water feels great. The rocking of the boat feels amazing, and I absolutely adore the feeling of just being on the boat, even captain or not captain. It's just a exciting experience. There's actually also the ability to get swivel guns like we have here, and these can just fire without reload, an normal reload. So all of this stuff comes together in gameplay. You're working as a crew, and you're going to try to go and decrease the opponent's tickets. For the most part, there's different modes, but for the most part, shooting enemies is a goal. In Siege, you actually want to take over a fort. One thing that's actually really sweet is with cannon play, if you're under 300 meters, you actually can go straight on, but you actually get aiming. So if your target is like 700 meters away from you, you actually have to aim upwards. It works amazingly well. I'm actually shocked at how easy it is to hit with this, but a lot of it is you have to sight the enemy. And the challenge there is if you have not sighted them, it's going to be challenging. So someone on your crew should have that spyglass that I showed. I'll show it when I get into the regular game because there's no one out here to see. But the idea of it is, with that, the captain and crew will be able to see distances, and it basically makes it point and click. And there's a timeline. Yes, we haven't won, but I am the best of all things, of course, even with a completely negative accuracy. So that's fine. I just wanted to show a little bit of the game. I'm going to show a little bit more. I'm going to jump in as a large crew just so we can look at those ships quickly. In the mode, there's actually a purchase system. I'm not sure if they're ever going to implement that. I haven't really read up on what they're planning with the roadmaps or anything, but to me, the purchase system doesn't sound like it's going to be as interesting, in my opinion, unless just buying it with tickets. Overall, though, it's a blast to... let's do capture the booty quickly. So, overall, it's a blast to, like, sail the ship as a captain, but you need to be a good captain. You need to be speaking or communicating with your crew, because with that, your crew's going to be magnificently more efficient, versus if you're silent to the crew. It's going to be hard to get kind of into a rhythm, hard for them to know. I was in a game where the captain was constantly moving the boat, so I could not aim a shot, because the minute that I'd aim up a shot, fire, he'd have turned the boat a little bit, and I'd missed the target, and it was just frustrating. So that teamwork is essential. Like, that is 90% of this game. Having a good crew, I'm going to just nominate myself. I'm awesome, you're awesome. And I'll just take a spyglass just to give you a quick peek at what that's going to look like. There we go. I have to still become a captain. So, voting happens at the beginning of a round. It's a interesting system. People are allowed to choose who they want, and they actually have to vote. It does challenge the. Not challenging, but at least it makes it a way to choose. You have a rating as a captain. I'm very low because I've actually been showing it off, practicing in things where I'm not getting the wins. That's fine. Alright, perfect. So as the large ship, or large crew, I actually have multiple choices here. I'm trying to remember which one is the one I'm really in love with. I think both of these will do it. Yeah, let's do this one. And voila, we have another ship built. It takes a few seconds for it to build, but then you can start driving it where you want. So if you don't have a mic, you can talk to the team and use this horrible accent.
Here comes the boom. Levy the port side.
So, on this boat, it's a little bit different. If you look around, you actually will notice... Oh, this is just the multi-level boat. This is not the one with the some cannons on the top. You just have a multi-level boat, but from here, it's actually harder to spot ships. So, one of your crew will probably be standing up on the deck, actually looking out most of the time to try to spot opposing ships. It's just a different design, and I love the designs of the ships because they all feel slightly different. People choose ships kind of at random. There's not really a reason to go for one or the other from what I've seen, but ultimately it's a great, the ability to just choose a ship and take sail. They all work the same, they just have different locations. So that's a pretty solid feature. And they do have different features. Some ships have guns up the front, at the back. What I was talking about, so let's say I was going to fire. I just loaded a cannon. You see, it's a fast reload if you know what you're doing. I can do one of these almost as fast as possible. It's not challenging, so we can look at out. Now, we don't have a captain guiding us, of course. We will get to that in a few minutes, but essentially you can see the range markings go, and voila. It fires, pops back, and you have to reload. Now, I will say this about being a captain. It is challenging, but it is also very rewarding because boat to boat, boat navigation, let's say, the act of actually driving the boat forwards and backwards is really just top notch. Whoa. This one is a big boat, but I love the feeling of sailing in this game. And part of it makes me want to go, these guys need to make a single player game of some sort because it's so enjoyable to sail. I wouldn't even mind like a small skiff or something, just like a 2-3 person boat because I wouldn't mind being a small team's captain. Large team kind of scares me. I don't know how well I can talk to them, but it just feels really natural to sail in this game, and it's a lot of fun. Let's see. Oh, there's the booty. So there's 3 modes in the game. Team deathmatch, capture the booty, which is what we're in. It's basically capture the flag, but with a chest of booty rather than anything else. And then there's also siege. Siege is, if you ever played Unreal Tournament back in the day, it's like the assault modes where I do something at a certain speed and you do something like try to be faster. It's just team versus team. How fast can you get an object? Interesting mode. That's still experimental. It definitely has some issues, but it definitely also will be really interesting once they get it all set up. And I'm not actually going to capture the booty. It takes quite a bit of time. And during this, imagine 2 ships fighting you, going back and forth, trying to shoot each other. There's a really good... I mean, the ship-to-ship combat is perfect, in my opinion. I absolutely adore it. The one thing I haven't shown you is repairing, but we'll get to that, maybe, if my ship gets shot later. But the idea of it is, it just feels so very, very, very smooth. And let's see, can I just swim out? So that's essentially the basis of the game. The gameplay as a crew member, like the captain is always going to be ordering stuff, and that's pretty much his goal. Crew members, you always have something to do: reload cannons, fire cannons, spot enemies, so on. And ultimately, that's everything this game has. But doing it is so exciting. It's so entertaining. It's so enjoyable to be firing a cannon and getting a hit, or firing on opponents and getting those markers. So it's limited in the types of games it has so far, but it also has some of the best ship-to-ship combat, and it's enjoyable. The fact that it's so teamwork heavy means you need to be working as a crew. Now I'm going to do something that's probably foolish, but I'm going to go and play another multiplayer game. I've had mixed, like I've said, I've had mixed luck. People have been a little over the top. If that happens, I might cut it out, or cut in a different version. But I think we can just quickly jump online and show during the middle of a battle how hectic it can be and all that. One thing I did want to talk about though is this game does not have a classic tutorial. It does have this, like I mentioned in my first look. The basics of Blackwake 3.0 is the tutorial. It is essential to watch. It is excellent. I have to say, like, basically by watching this, I went from being a what the hell am I doing to, oh yeah, I got this. And one of my captains was like telling us what to do, and it's just like, it's super useful when he was telling us, but everything he says is in here. If you want to see this game, check this out just so you have an idea. So there we go. Let us join a match, see how that goes. Hopefully it's not a total mistake. This server is actually pretty good from what I've seen. Ahoy, the UK server. I like how it's UK, not English. It's British English. Alright, I'm going to go on the large crew. Hopefully that won't be too bad. Actually, I want to be a pirate. Rawr. Now, that is actually an issue I have with this game. I'm a pirate right now. I don't do anything piratey, man. I want to capture some booty and all. Like, yeah, there's capture the booty, but there's no, like, piracy of other ships. Alright. So, let's quickly look. Perfect. Perfect. I'll just go quickly just so we can start looking.
So always remember to fire all the cannons we have, not just some of them.
So there we go.
I always notice that people always forget the ones in the back.
Our
Okay, who
captain
just did
is
that? Come on,
talking,
guys.
and he's gonna.
Thank you for the spotter. Make sure to do that pretty often, because we will need that. It's pretty important. Yep.
Aye,
So
Captain.
everyone keep staying on double up on cannons until we get 8 crew or more. Stay doubled up.
Alright, so he wants us doubled up. The one problem here is spotting is a pain down here. Like I mentioned, he is using the galleon, I think it was, that we used before. And it's a pain in the butt to do. I feel bad because I'm only showing you about, let's say, 5 minutes of this. I don't want to get too long into it. The challenge of the game is the rounds can take 30 to 40 minutes. It goes faster if you're losing or winning really bad, but at the same time, you know, it usually takes 30 to 40 minutes. One thing to know though, that I'm looking out, this map, I don't know if there's any special
Alright, get ready on the right side,
feature.
guys. Oh, we have a much bigger crew now. Yep, you guys won't have to double up on guns anymore. Alright, right side, 500 meters, aim out to the 5. We're going to be firing on
aiming
the
at 5.
Sarapola. So ignore those holes for now. 500 on the right, open fire, Sarapola. Aim out to 5 on the crosshairs.
Alright, there we go.
Open fire. Come on, guys. Come on.
Come on. Get a little closer.
Okay, it looks like it was a little too far out.
Yep.
Hold fire, hold fire. Nice hit, nice
Alright, so
hit.
now we have holes.
Alright, get
So-
on the hole if it's next to you.
Basically,
Get on the one person on the
I
pump.
died.
And right side again.
So,
Reload for 300. Get on the hole, please. Holes, please.
I died. Come on, come on, come on. So,
Alright, right side. Open
there's
fire.
holes on the
300
bowl.
meters.
Oh, the sails are damaged. No one's taking care of those, I think.
Oh, I've been shooting mass shot at us. Can I get people up here to repair the mast? We just got taken out. Can I get everyone repairing the mast, please? Looks like they're going to come in for a ram. If
I
they do,
don't know where
I
I'm
want
sup- oh,
people
there
ready
we
to
are.
repair them back.
So we have to
Alright,
repair
we're
the
getting ran
mast.
for sure.
Mast on the nose of the
Alright.
ship can be
Stop,
injured.
stop it for now. Guys, get off for now. We're getting boarded.
We're getting boarded, so perfect.
shot.
I can show you
Alright.
this.
Go on, 2.
They're actually going to be coming over and fighting. It becomes kind of a...
Can I have a few people come here, help repair?
There we go. Doesn't look like we actually got boarded. It looks like they're jumping
Guys,
over.
Get this mast back up. We're almost done.
Oh, this...
If
we're
you're
already in
not-
trouble here.
Want to repair the mast? Get ready on the left. And I need someone to fix the mast. Please watch the friendly fire.
A before decaying.
There we go.
I
So,
need the sails up and left side. Left
I'm
side.
going to
One
turn
person on
down.
the sail. Lucifer gets the back one. Everyone else
I'm going
left
to turn
side.
down
Left
the
side
sound
guns.
just
Come
so I
on,
can
guys.
talk a little more to you guys. But essentially, every 5 seconds there's like something to do in this game. You have to...
Sail repair. Alright, get to the left side gun. Left side.
frick.
Guys, there's too many people repairing the sails right now. I don't need all of you.
Forget it. I'm
Unless
just
you
gonna
are
shoot.
repairing different ones.
So there's always
Alright,
something to do.
scratch
You always
that.
have like captain talking.
Oh, they're still
If-
shooting mast
if
shot
you're
at us.
good,
This is
Fire
not good.
boat.
I need a
Hold up.
spot. So you have
for
to
the sail
spot. You
repair.
have
There's still ones
to
up higher.
prepare.
Thank
You
you.
have
Right
to
side?
fire
Right side.
back.
Everyone
It's
downstairs
just
on the right side gun.
Constantly.
Guys, come on, come on. Get downstairs, right side. Get ready to fire. 300, just run down the line. 300
There
open
you
fire.
go.
Fire everything we got, guys. Come on, come on. Guys,
Move
Fire
closer.
now.
Come on. There we go.
let's fire. Run down the line and fire. You can. I'm pretty sure we're lined up.
And there.
We got
Fired.
more cannons
Everything
down there
fired.
than
So
that.
now we can.
Nice. There we go.
Reload.
There we go. Nice shot. We'll reload on the right. Thanks
And
for
when
the
it's
sail repair,
working
guys.
well, you just constantly are going to be
Yep,
going
nice
back
job.
and forth between.
We'll reload
all
on the
of
right,
these
then get ready on
options. Reload the cannon. Fire the cannon. Repair the ship.
Person on the
Pump
hole.
out water if you need to.
Actually, I'm not quite sure. Yeah, they're shooting on
The
the
bigger
regular round
crew
shot.
you have, the better it is. But it's
Alright, I'm
all
gonna get us out
about
of here, get on the hole,
working as a team
and get ready on left.
trying to make
Left
the
side
best
gun.
decisions for your
Left
crew.
side.
And
firing on the trunk.
if
Hold
you
fire,
are
hold
all
fire, let me
in
stabilize.
sync, bam. I mean, you can constantly dominate
Open
the
fire.
enemy. If you aren't,
Nice, guys.
well,
Keep firing, keep firing. Sorry about that turn.
you are going to
Keep firing, keep firing.
definitely have problems compared to other teams.
400 now, aim for
Perfect. I have to go grab some.
400. Nice hit.
So if I go look at this, it says let's resupply. I need to go
Alright, nice
get
shots,
a
guys. Keep firing 400. We can do this.
resupply.
They're pretty low. I'm gonna slow down a little just so you guys can get some hits off.
Unfortunately, I don't know where the resupply is in this ship. Crap. And it says fine, but it's not actually working
Alright.
for me.
400, keep firing. Oh, they got grappled. We're gonna go into assist.
Alright.
Kidding, no we're not. I spot out real quick. We got a hold on our
There we
right.
go.
Hold fire. They're grappled. It's not gonna do anything. Get on our right side. I need to grapple out. Or not. Grapple, sorry, a spot. Alright. Aim for 500 on the
There we
right.
go. So I just
Fire at the
resupplied. So
A
I'm
Lamel.
like, essentially,
Let's do it,
I mean, you
guys.
can
Nice
see how
hit,
hectic
nice
this
hit.
guy is making
Get
it.
on the hole if it's next to you, otherwise
I'm dead
keep
again.
firing.
So it's just a hectic
500,
process
keep
of
firing.
constantly trying to
500, guys.
find something to do. And the thing is, there's always something
That's
to
it.
do.
Come on, guys, keep firing.
With the good
Actually,
captain,
hold fire. There's a fire above decks, and someone grabbed that before it spread. It's near the front.
there's always something to do. Like, as you hear, there's a fire, there's a ship to spot, there's cannons to reload. There is just... It is a hectic game once you're in
Let's
the
put
middle of
that
a
fire out.
battle.
Come on. Thank you. Alright, get on the left side. Left side. Alright, fire out to 500. Fired well. Make sure you aim right, guys. Aim right. There we go. Use A and D to turn your own cannon if you have to. 550 now. That's a 550.
Alright, let's...
Alright, hold fire, hold fire. We're gonna try to take out the galleon. Can I have the spotter back up? One person on the pumps real quick, and reload left. Get ready on left. Thank you for the spot. Left side, get ready to fire in the Serapolis. It's gonna
Spots
be
are just
300
easy
shots,
experience
guys.
for this
It's
game
physically
as well.
impossible to miss, and if you do, I'm gonna be very sad.
This game's
Left
hard
side,
to really
open
talk
fire.
about as I'm playing.
Alright, I'm gonna
I
slow down, and
apologize.
you guys better get as many hits as you can, and I'm gonna keep turning. You guys can keep firing. Keep loading and firing. Come on, guys. Nice
Alright.
job.
Let's see
Fire,
if we
if you
can
see
get
an
one more
if you
shot
see a
off,
loaded
and I
cannon,
will
no one's
call
firing it.
this.
You can do it. Nice job. Keep loading and firing, guys. Keep loading and firing. Non-stop. 400 now. 400. Guys, get out of the way. Keep firing. 400.
Got a hit, got a
400.
kill.
Possibly
Voila.
450. 400. 400. Keep firing. 400. Nice, guys. Keep firing. Make sure you line it up. All right. 450 now.
There we go. So we got some spots.
Nice hit.
I'm gonna
guys.
actually
Nice
exit the
hit.
game,
500. 500.
and we can talk a little more.
500 meters.
I am leaving to the menu.
500.
So, I haven't said that much, unfortunately, during the match. I gotta say that's just because the game is hectic. The game has a lot for you to do. As a crew member, you're constantly working. Captain is constantly trying to plan. It's a hectic game once you get in the middle of it. And that's actually a good feature of the game. I actually really enjoy the experience of having to work with all the tasks at hand, and it gets overwhelming, especially if you're on a small crew. But it also means you're not sitting down waiting. You're not. That captain was a little bit missighting. He actually would aim. He would move the ship so that we were slightly off center. If you noticed, as I said, I could not make that shot. But it's all about teamwork. That guy's going to probably have a good day because his ship's not going down. He's actually moving his ship so that he's not getting constantly attacked, and he's giving his team time to reload. He knows how to do a firing off all the cannons in a row. He's making the plans. He's talking to the team about what he wants from them, and that's where the best parts of this game is. Like when you're in a good crew, it is an amazing experience. When you're with a crew that doesn't have a mic or is like just shouting orders or just making up BS, it's a really rough way to play. And you can actually feel like the crew's morale, like the morale of your team is very important, and it's also gonna affect how well you do as a team. There's so much more in this game to look at. Like I could show you siege mode. Siege mode is a little hard. It's more focused on the ship-to-ship. Not ship-to-ship. The melee combat. The gunplay of the actual muskets, and to be honest, I'm not a big fan of that. I like the period pieces. I like the shooting. I've had challenges with that, and there's no way to really train without just playing it, and that's fine. But it doesn't stand out for me. The one thing to me is the team deathmatch is so good. I actually have the feeling I might go and play some more of this. I shot a earlier version of this, and I just, like I said, I played another 2 hours. Um, the game is really solid when it wants to be solid, and it, I mean, obviously, it always wants to be solid, but when it's already polished, the ship-to-ship combat is always good. Melee, they said they're working on. The siege mode needs work, but they're working on it. I think part of that is the melee needs to be improved. They said they have a new fort that they're going to use to allow you to fire out of. All of this stuff is in progress, and that's one of the issues I have with early access is that I can't review the final product. I can't tell you how good Blackwake is going to be. I can only tell you how good Blackwake is right now. And the thing is, Blackwake right now is actually a lot of fun. If you want a ship-to-ship combat game, you have it. I was mentioning before, the one thing it doesn't have is it doesn't have piracy. It doesn't have it seems to really push this idea of piracy. I mean, Skull and Crossbones in the title, next to the title there. The Steam page mentions pirates a lot. It does, but if you put in like the French, this game would be about the same. It wouldn't be radically different, other than, you might feel a little bit worse about killing another country versus pirates. But they don't have the true piracy, and it's something that kind of bugs me just the smallest amount. It's a solid game, and it's great, and I don't know if they need a pirate mode, but it's just, I want the idea of pirates taking over small ships, or attacking little villages. They're going to do something like that with the fort, but it just doesn't have that same pull. With all that being said, I have to say, this game has surprised me. Like, this was the one where I was like, oh, it's multiplayer. How many times am I going to play this? How many times am I going to have to play this to review it? And the thing is, I think I'm over 10 hours. Doesn't seem like a lot, but for me, especially with the limited number of modes in this game, that's quite a bit. And the fact is, I enjoy this game a lot. I'm willing to play it more times. I don't know how much more I will, but at the same time, it's a really solid naval combat game. And with that being said, I have to say, for my final score, I think I'm going to give this game a 4 out of 5. It's really well built. It's a $20 game. It's a budget title. Yes, it's in early access. Yes, I don't know how it's going to be at the end. They might screw it up. They might make it a lot better. But to me, if I wanted a naval combat game, this is the game I'd choose. If I want to, especially with it being in Humble Monthly Bundle, if I wanted to, just fight between a couple friends, this is it. Grab 7 people, make your own crew. Grab 13 people and make your own team. In this game, it's built for that. And all of these are great ways to play the game. I have such a good time when playing it, even as hectic as it is. It doesn't have that downtime that kind of makes me wonder if I should do something else. It just is a constant battle. And because of all that, I have to be honest, I like this game a lot more than I expected. I think I would have put this as the one I was least excited about out of Hearts of Iron, Blackwake, and Portal Knights. And the fact is, this is probably the best one out of those 3, in my opinion. Actually, I don't think there's any question about it. I think now that I've looked at all 3 games, I'm working on my Portal Knight review as well. And this one is easily my favorite game out of the 3. They're all good. There's no game that I wouldn't recommend. But at the same time, this game is very solid. So, that's what I think about Blackwake. I have a written review down below if you're more interested in that. I didn't do a spoiler warning, but there's obviously no spoilers in this. So, I definitely think this is worth checking out if you want to go and play a naval combat game, if you want to go ship-to-ship battles, if you're looking for actual piracy, if you're looking for something where you're like taking booty and having some persistence or having some like fighting among pirates, it doesn't have that, but it still is a great naval combat. And I say that with a little bit of experience. I actually tried to make a boat game once. I was tasked with it, and it's challenging. These guys nailed it. So, with that all being said, this is King Link. And that's all for this game. So if you enjoyed this, please leave a like. If you want to see more, subscribe. For more information and the full review, like I said, check the description or check my site at kinglink-reviews.com. I have a Twitter at kinglink-reviews. That's one word. I usually post whatever's going on, first looks and last looks there. I post my first looks here as well, so if you're interested, check that out. And, I'm going to go take off to the high seas and play a little more of this. And until next time, I'll see you around.